Yeah, hi there. These comments are for Mouha. This is Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for the 7-step system to pass the TOEFL IBT. And you have completed the pretest. And what I want to do right now is listen to that pretest and then give you some feedback on how well you're doing. All right, let's go ahead and get started.
Group, honor,
Okay, here we go.
pot, boat, wrong, group, honor, over, father, show, pot, pot, mop, mop, tuck.
Okay, let's stop there for just a minute. Let me go over to the website, to the pronunciation section. I think that second lesson you probably need to work on a little bit. The ah. That particular sound is a little bit hard for you right now. So this is lesson number 8. I'm going to write this down as one you need to study. Pat, map, tack, and mac. Definitely that lesson. Okay, let's keep going.
On, muck, mock, bright, brown, brawl, lie, loud, loyal, be, pound, gate, get, late.
Okay, let's go back to that one. So that word is pie, P-I-E, pie, I. You got bright, lie, pie. So again, I'd probably recommend take a look at that lesson also.
Let, mate, met, blade, bled, dane, den.
Good on your long and short vowels.
Mit, pit, pit, leap, lip, seat, sit, eat, kit, look, luck, took, tool, tough, cool, could, cool.
I'd like to have you take a look at that lesson too. Lesson number 12 I'm going to write down. Those are 3 different vowel sounds, kind of like with the OO or the U type spellings. Look, Luke, luck. Those 3 vowel sounds.
Much, much, sheep, cheap, sheep, freezer, freezer, shift, shaft, share, chair.
Okay, also I'm going to write this one down too. Lesson number 13, the medial sound in there, feature, fisher, or the initial consonant, cheer, shear, shaft, shaft. Those 2 sounds are hard for you right now.
Off, half, half, fine, vine, fun, one, wafer, waver.
Okay, also this, it's the V sound I think you can work on a little bit more. You need to do that with more vibration. Fine, vine, fan, van, wafer, waver. So the V, see how my lips are kind of going with my teeth there? Waver. So I would definitely recommend you work on that lesson also.
How, habit. Who, rehash. Behavior, hate. Batman, beaten. Important, brightening. Heart rate, treatment.
So this one is a kind of an American type sound, probably not in British English. This is called the flap. In British English, when we look at this, we typically will say Batman. We don't really pronounce the T. It's called a flap. No, it's actually called a glottal stop. Important, brightening, hat rack, threatened. So you're saying important, brightening, hat rack, threatened. And it's okay. It doesn't change the meaning or anything of the word. I'm just showing you in American English, we would pronounce that as a glottal stop. And if you use the glottal stop, it allows you to speak a little bit faster. You can be a little bit more fluent in American English if you use that sound.
Measure, mayor, measure. Fragile, freezer. Legend, legend. Engine, azure. Large, age.
Okay, you are having some trouble here too. Let's go to this is lesson 16. So you have fragile, Frazier, legend, lesion, major, measure. So it's the j, that. It's kind of like a Z and a J, Mouha. It's like j. So I think you need to work on that sound also, and in that lesson there'll be a lot of good exercises to help you practice the phonetics of that. All right, let's keep going.
Cake, kick. Sink, suck. Game, game. Cup, cup. Lake, luck.
Okay, the one thing here you understand the difference, I think, between the sounds, but the G is a voice consonant, which means the vowel sound before it needs to be longer. The K is a voiceless consonant, which means the vowel sound which precedes it should be shorter. So compare. Cake, keg, sink, sag, lake, lag. So you're pronouncing those with the same duration, the vowels, no matter what comes at the end. But it's important to differentiate between long and short vowels because it makes it easier to understand the difference between the two words.
Learn, rare. Better, language, read. Luggage, read. Other, right, light, committed.
Also, I'd like to have you take a look more at that R sound, the rugged, right, rear. So I think you can practice that a little bit. That's lesson number 18.
Pace, pace. Plop, plop. Cup, cup. Tup,
I can't understand the difference.
pay, pay.
Okay, let's go back. Now, it's the same thing I told you in the previous lesson. It's this is similar to what I was saying in lesson number 17. Again, the P and the B, the P is a voiceless consonant, and when it's at the end of the word, the vowel which precedes it should be shorter. The B is a voice consonant, which means the vowel sound which precedes it should be longer. Here's what you're saying. You're saying flap, flab, cap, cab, lap, lab. but I can't understand the difference there. Now, if you say this, flap, flab, cap, cab, lap, lab. Now I can understand the difference, because when it ends in B, you make the vowel sound before it longer, and then we can see the difference in those words.
Lice, lice. Zip, zip. Shoe, zoo. Maze, maze. Eliza, Eliza.
Okay, so this kind of goes with the same thing. You're generally doing these sounds correctly. Again, with the Z, which is a voice consonant, the vowel should be longer. So, mace, maze. Lice, lies. Like that.
Multiple, Robert. Example, pressure. Principle, number. People, philosopher. Volcanism, written.
The one thing I'll say about what you just did is the word Robert. You're saying more like Robert, Robert, but it's more Robert, Robert. That would be the correct way to pronounce that sound. But generally, you're doing okay with the O's and the Ers, syllabic consonants.
Maximum, question. Summer, reason. Terms, often. Tip, dip.
That last word is chasm. Chasm.
Cast, card. Tide, tide. Train, drain. Fat, fat. Team, dream.
Okay, with this one, the main thing here, the T, you're not pronouncing the T with enough air. Tight, tide. Fat, fad. Teen, teen. So you need a little more air coming out of your mouth when you produce the T sound in English.
Tide, tide, tide. Breath, breath. Thief, thief. Fra, fro, throw. Wolf, wolfy.
Okay, I would also recommend that you spend time on lesson number 24. You have the TH sound can be pronounced two ways. This is called a interdental consonant because the tongue is inserted between the teeth. Thigh, thy. Breath, breathe. So it's that breathe, teeth, though, worthy. You can work on that sound a little bit more. All right, let's get to... I think you're okay there. Are we done? Okay, so we finished up there. All right, based on the pretest, I can give you some suggestions right now based on what you just did. I recommend that you take a look at lesson number 8, lesson number 9, lesson 12, lesson 13, lesson 14, lesson 16, lesson 17, lesson 18, lesson 19, lesson 20, 23, and also 24. Now, Mouha, the way my videos are set up, you can read with me out loud as you practice the information in those videos. This is going to be very good practice for you. This is called tracking, so work really hard on those lessons. These lessons indicate the more difficult areas of the vowel and consonant sounds of American English. And once you've studied these lessons, now I recommend you go through all the lessons, but pay particularly very careful attention to the ones I just told you. Now, when you're ready, you can complete the next pretest for the second part of my pronunciation course, which will help you with syllable division and grammatical word endings, word stress, sentence rhythm, intonation, and also thought groups and blending. Alrighty? And thank you for doing the assignment and keep up the good work.